Today's slanted lens lesson is a look at ring lights. A ring light is a great light. It's a strobe light that is completely surrounding the lens. It gives you a directional light on your talent. We're going to look at the limitations, the advantages, just exactly what does a ring light do. Most people think of a ring light as a fashion light source. You know, this is probably the most common use of a ring light, but not the only use by any means. A ring flash or ring light is a circular photographic flash or constant light that fits around the lens, making it very close to the optic axis of the lens. Constant lights are used for video, whereas a flash is used more commonly in still photographs. Ring lights are a very useful tool for stills and for video. I've used mine as a TV light with people looking right into the camera. I've used it as a fill light very often to be able to open up the shadows without a lot of direction. I've used them in a photo booth where you have people coming and going very quickly. Let's look at the area of coverage and quality of light created by a ring light. We get a 14-foot area of coverage with about a stop and a half fall off. The real story is the quality of light on a person's face. It creates a shadowless light on the subject because of the source surrounding the lens. We do see a shadow ring around the person on the background if they're very close. When you add a reflector, it softens and disperses the light output. Using the Dynalite ring flash and adding a silver reflector, we can see that the area of coverage has been reduced. It's a very beautiful light. It gives nice highlights on her face and skin and drops wonderful shadows around the sides of her legs and arms. This gives great dimension to the image even though the light source is aimed directly at her. It's a very common way to use a ring light as a key light. That's how we're going to use ours today. We'll use it as a key light on Vera and our zombies as we shoot for Zombie Juice Soda. We are out on top of a parking structure in Los Angeles shooting at night for Zombie Juice Soda. Our concept is that the zombies want the soda more than they want the girl. Our beautiful talent today is Vera Nova. You know, we had some time while we're waiting for the zombies to get through makeup. I took advantage of that and went up on the rooftop and did some shots of Vera with just the ring light, no other light source. Ben joined us eventually, so we got some shots of our zombies. When you're shooting with a ring light and your background is not very close, it really gives a nice open light on their face and you don't get that shadow that falls on the background. I think it's a great look. The success of an image like this really depends largely on the wardrobe and the makeup. We had great makeup from Terry Groves and her crew at Makeup Magic. Of course, my wife Julene has done my wardrobe forever. Those two areas laid a great foundation for a successful shoot. Let's move on now and look at our lighting breakdown for our main shoot. This is the first image with just the ambient light from the ICANN LED. What I do is I set up these LEDs and use them as an ambient fill, and then I have enough light to focus when I'm in a dark situation like this. I'm now going to add a small Photoflex softbox from camera left as a rim. This really gives some life to the figures and lightens up the ground just a little bit. Now our last light is the ring light. This brings the image alive. The ring light looks spectacular, but the disadvantage we face is that having a light source that's connected to your camera means that as I move in closer, it becomes brighter. As I move further away, it becomes darker. So I either need to keep a constant distance from my subject, or I'm dialing my power packs up and down all the time. Here are a few of the raw images before we do any retouching. Another way I use the ring light all the time is as a fill light. In this image of Darren McMullen, the ring light was not the main light source. This image shows that the ring light was just a subtle fill light. This is a great use for a ring light because it's a non-directional light source that creates minimal shadows when kept very low. It's just a great fill light in videos and in stills. This is the image I've chosen to work on in Nik software. I chose it because I love her action, I love her mood and her attitude. It just works for me all the way around. I took the image into Nik Color Efex Pro 3 and used the bleach bypass filter to remove saturation and create a little bit of tonal contrast. Here's our final image. I'm very pleased with the outcome, but it needs a little better bottle. I shot the bottle exactly how we outlined in a previous slanted lens lesson called Shooting a Bottle. Julene will now compose these two together and we'll have our final image. We've wrapped with our zombies. Everyone's headed back to have their makeup taken off, and it looked very good, very pleased. The ring light really worked in this situation because we were able to give a nice light on our talent. We have a rim light from behind and let the buildings kind of glow from behind. So it was a really good experience. I think we learned some things about ring lights, and I hope you found this very valuable. Okay, now drink again. There, nice.
Oh.